It's time to start running!
So I used to work in reality TV, and I can tell you that not only are these shows getting out of hand, but we're only about 2 seasons away from getting a show like the one in this story. Here's The Running Man.
This is no game.
It's showtime.
So we meet Ben Richards, a helicopter pilot who's sent to Bakersfield to do crowd control on a food riot. But when he's ordered to fire on the crowd of unarmed people, he refuses.
All rioters must be eliminated.
Fuck you.
So the boss tells the second in command to arrest Ben and do it himself. But he stupidly tries to fight all the other guys and gets knocked the fuck out.
Why would they shoot a bunch of unarmed people?
Well, this story takes place in a future where something bad happened in 2017 that caused the whole world's economy to collapse.
What was that?
Oh, right.
And now it's a police state, where guys dressed in all black who cover their faces can pretty much do whatever they want, without any consequences.
People like you took this country and turned it into a jail.
That would be horrible.
Yeah, it would be a real shame if something like that ever happened.
You better fucking get used to it.
And since Ben wouldn't follow orders that he knew were wrong, they put him in a prisoner work camp.
Like in Andor?
No one is getting out!
Yeah, or Terminator. Concentration camps are right out of the fascist playbook.
But if the government is bad, and he's been with them long enough to be in charge, wouldn't he have had to do other bad things for them?
You're one of the cops who locked up all my friends.
Shut up. He's obviously a really moral guy who's never had to do anything wrong while working in a police state, okay?
Bullshit!
So the guards of the concentration camp are bringing in more people to replace the slaves that died. And this guard who's sitting in the middle of the room with nothing but prisoners around while wearing a helmet that ruins his peripheral vision, puts in his password to shut down the whole electronic perimeter fence that would kill any prisoners that tried to escape. And surprise, surprise, one of them sneaks up on him and sees the password. But then he just yells for the prisoner to get back to work instead of grabbing him and locking him up until they can change it or some shit. But as the prisoner walks away, he nods at Ben and this guy Laughlin, who start fighting. A bunch of prisoners stop working to watch him fight, so the guard opens fire on him. Ben gets out of the group and attacks a guard by grabbing his dick, while Laughlin and the super hacker Weiss try to get the fence deactivated. But the password won't work, and assume because it's inside, even though they're right near where the guard was sitting. But they take it outside, and it works after a few tries.
60% of the time, it works every time.
This guy Chico makes a run for it, makes it to the edge, and his collar blows up, and he dies.
Nothing worth losing your head over though, huh?
See, they only got part of it down. But now that we know what will happen if someone wearing these collars breaks the rules,
They blow you up. Boom!
they can get the whole fence down, and everyone can make a run for it. The 3 named characters make it to LA, where Laughlin's friend can get their collars off.
We're with the resistance.
But they aren't sure if they want to help Ben, because the news, which they admit lies and is corrupt, says he killed civilians. See, after he was knocked the fuck out, his coworkers killed all the unarmed civilians trying to get food. Then they told the public that he did it against orders. Now everyone thinks he's a fucking psycho.
And the news never lies.
But they eventually take it off, and he catches a ride to his brother's place. He knows the security code, but once he gets in, he looks at the clothes lying around like, Edward, what you been wearing, bro?
Oh, that wasn't my style.
But this chick Amber comes in and turns on the news, strips into a nightie, and starts doing sit-ups.
Come on, everybody does it.
The news has Ben's picture and says how dangerous he is, and that they're gonna go door to door and search for him, just as he shows up over her and grabs her.
Hello, cutie pie.
He's now showered, shaved, and changed into clean boxers and a t-shirt. But I'm not sure where he got those since she tells him that his brother's been taken away for brainwashing.
This is getting better by the minute.
She moved in a month ago, but apparently never changed the security code, not knowing what psycho somebody who had been carted away for mental health issues might have given the code to.
Lucky he didn't kill you, or rape you and kill you, or kill you then rape you.
I'm not a pervert.
She freaks out and tries to get away from him, but he catches her and ties her to her workout bench.
Well, he's still alive, aren't you?
He realizes that he can't get away without somebody's help, so he threatens her and gets her to travel with him. When they get to airport security, he uses her pass. Then they pretend like hers is missing, and the attendant gives up and lets him through in like 5 seconds. But once they get through, she sees a cop, so she hits Ben and screams who he is, begging for help. He takes the fuck off and jumps to the tarmac, but the guards come after him and catch him in the net.
I'm surprised you're so easily caught.
We then meet Damon Killian, the host of the most popular show on TV, The Running Man, where they have prisoners fight to the death against stalkers for their chance at freedom. And we know he's a bad guy because he's a condescending dick to his assistant. Then he tells her to show off to do the janitor's job if she doesn't get him fired by tomorrow morning for accidentally getting his shoes slightly damp.
I don't know how to put this, but I'm kind of a big deal.
He asked Ben to go on the show because he saw his escape video and thinks that he would bring in ratings, but he politely declines.
I hope you leave enough room for my fist because I'm going to ram it into your stomach and break your goddamn spine!
That boy's one mean motherfucker.
But Killian says either Ben does the deathmatch or he's going to make the much weaker Weiss and Laughlin do it, so he agrees.
Didn't he and Laughlin fight?
Yeah, and Laughlin gave it just as good as he got, so I'm not sure why he considers him to be weaker, but since Ben agreed, they inject him with a bunch of crap and knock him the fuck out until it's showtime.
Well, you must be very proud of yourself.
The next day, as his agent tells him about the rules, he passes Amber, who's a songwriter for the show. He looks at her like, how could you betray me like that?
You used to be somebody I could trust.
What? He took her hostage.
Yeah, but she saw that they were saying that he killed people in the airport news, and since she knows that's bullshit, now she feels guilty for turning in the guy who threatened to snap her neck.
I can break your neck like a chicken.
She wonders if they lied about anything else, so she sneaks around the office and finds the Bakersfield tapes. And she seems surprised that there's an edited version for television when the footage has multiple camera angles. But before she can look any further, she's caught.
Gotcha, bitch!
Ben gets to the stage entrance, where the agent has him sign the contract on his back. He does, but then stabs the pin in his back for being annoying. He's then loaded into this machine to start the game, and as soon as he's strapped in, Killian announces Laughlin and Weiss will be playing with him.
Liar!
Then, they're shot through these super long slides that'll take them to the game area, and they're gonna have 3 hours to make it through without dying, and if they do, they'll get to stand in front of the exact same palm tree as the other 3 winners, who apparently were all sent to a tropical paradise for getting released from prison, but all kept their Running Man suits on for promotional purposes, I guess?
Dress for laser tag.
Killian has an audience member decide which stalker will try to kill them first, and this old lady's like, well, my favorite's the big fat one that slices people up with a blade that's shaped like a hockey stick, so I picked Sub-Zero. So the 3 contestants are herded into a skating rink that doesn't appear to be slick until Sub-Zero comes in and knocks him down.
It's so slippery! Woohoo!
He skates back and pushes him around a little bit until he gets Weiss in the stomach, and he grabs on the hockey stick and is thrown around into a goal that closes around him.
Well, that hit the spot.
Wouldn't taking the hockey stick to the stomach kill him?
Oh, it's not the same one. This one's just like a regular hockey stick. But he uses Weiss for bait for the others, and Ben's immediately like, I'm coming, but then runs away from him. So Sub-Zero shoots a puck at him and knocks him the fuck out.
Bullshit.
So Laughlin runs right to the goal that the trained killer had been just in front of, and he's surprised when he's attacked with the now sharply bladed hockey stick.
You cannot have it both ways.
Laughlin's saved by Ben, who's woken up with no complications from his concussion. And then Ben pulls down some barbed wire, pulls it tight at chest height, and Sub-Zero runs right into it neck first, and he dies.
They're not too bright.
While the crowd's mourning the death of one of their favorite killers, Ben decides to taunt him, to show him what a good guy he is.
This is all a lie. I was framed. I'm completely innocent.
Then he and Laughlin rescue Weiss from the goal and fuck off. Killian goes to commercial break, and the government is not happy that one of the stalkers died. But he's like, if there's no chance of that, then nobody would watch.
Well, you ain't gonna get that with reruns of Gilligan's Island.
And if they aren't gonna get distracted by all the bullshit we put on TV, then they're gonna have to start paying attention to the crap you're doing.
There is something terribly wrong with this country, isn't there?
And since we both know you want the people to stay stupid, leave me the fuck alone.
England prevails because I say it does, and so does every lazy cunt on this show, and that includes you.
When they come back, another audience member chooses a stalker, but he can't decide between Buzzsaw, the big-ass dude with a chainsaw, or Dynamo, a super fat opera singer who shoots electricity. So they let him have both.
Why is it called Running Man if so many of them are fat?
Well, the contestants have to run, not the people trying to kill them. They get skates and shit.
It's unfair.
But before they send the 2 stalkers to kill the guys, Killian introduces Amber as Ben's lover and sends her into the game too.
But that's not true.
And I'm not really sure how this is going to work out with the news, because they already reported that she was a hostage that was lucky to be alive.
Our job is to report the news, not fabricate it.
Before she arrives, Weiss notices that a satellite dish is pointed weird and runs towards it. The others follow, and he explains that if they can find where it all connects, that they can jam the signal.
Then we'll broadcast the truth.
Then Amber meets up with him, and Ben threatens to strangle her for turning him in. Like she was supposed to know that the guy who tied her up and threatened to kill her was a good guy.
Girls don't really like that.
Then Weiss takes off to find another satellite dish, and they all follow. But Buzz and Dynamo show up with a car and a motorcycle and split up the group. Ben and Laughlin go one way, and Buzzsaw goes after them. So Laughlin pushes Ben out of the way and then stands back up right into a chainsaw.
What the hell's the matter with you?
He's hurt, so Ben tries to help him out, but Buzzsaw pulls out a bola that wraps around Ben's stomach, and he drags him behind his motorcycle.
This is cool. I can get into this.
But while being dragged, Ben's able to roll behind a block, wrap up the wire around some rebar, which knocks Buzzsaw off his motorcycle.
Nice night for a walk.
Ben checks to see if he's dead or unconscious, but he pulled a sneaky and attacks Ben. But Ben's able to turn the saw around, chop up his dick, and he dies.
Oh, poor baby.
Meanwhile, Weiss and Amber were able to find the network signal uplink. Weiss does some hacker shit and makes Amber memorize the code he's figuring out. As soon as he gets the full code, Dynamo shows up, shocks the shit out of him, and he dies.
Perfect timing!
Dynamo's going after Amber when Ben shows up, so he ditches her, jumps in his car, and chases Ben. He climbs up a hill of junk, and Dynamo stupidly tries to drive up this pile of loose crap and rolls his car. Ben goes up to him and realizes that he's too hurt to fight, so he doesn't kill him.
You one ugly motherfucker.
And the crowd that was just excitedly cheering for Dynamo to kill Ben to avenge the other two stalkers starts booing the fact that Ben won't murder Dynamo in cold blood.
Fame is a fickle friend.
Killian's super confused by this, because he thought they liked the stalkers, but it turns out they just like fucking murder.
We give them what they want.
He tries to get the crowd back by teasing that Fireball's the next stalker, but they want blood now, and it doesn't work.
Then they're unreliable.
Ben and Amber check on Laughlin, who's like, bro, I'm dying. And he asks about Weiss, and Amber tells him that he's dead. But luckily, he had time to decipher and have her memorize the whole code. So Laughlin tells Ben to get Amber to the resistance people who live in the next area, so she can give him the code. And then he dies.
Well, no good deed goes unpunished.
Killian pops up on screen for a private chat with Ben and offers him to be pardoned and become a stalker. He refuses.
Fuck you, asshole.
Then he and Amber move on to the next area. Fireball shows up on his jetpack and lands far enough away from him for them to run from him. They get inside a rundown building and argue which way to go. Then Ben decides just to pick her up and drag her his way towards an exit. Then of course, Fireball blocks the way.
How about the light?
They duck behind a pillar before he can barbecue him, then run away while he's reloading his flamethrower.
Probably out of gas.
He's catching up with him, so Ben tells Amber to run, while he throws shit at Fireball to slow him down. But she stupidly stands there even though she knows she was slowing Ben down and that her going ahead will make him safer too.
Instead of complaining, maybe I should help.
But she eventually listens. Then Ben knocks over a barrel, and when Fireball turns on his flamethrower, he sets himself on fire.
So the guy who uses fire for a living doesn't know what will happen if you set a bunch of gas on fire?
Or maybe he does, because he's not dead. Not even hurt.
What the hell are you?
And he grabs a road flare that's just lying around and goes to look for Amber, but goes the wrong way. But Fireball knew which way to go and follows her. She finds a dead body in the bathroom and stupidly screams, knowing that somebody with a flamethrower is after her.
Shut up, bitch.
Then, even though the body is burnt to a crisp, she checks out the name tag and realizes it's one of the few contestants that supposedly won the game. Then she finds the other two in a locker room. Now she knows that the super convincing videos of the contestants hanging out in front of the same palm tree is fake.
It looked so real.
Fireball comes in and confirms all of this, then slowly approaches her. But just as he's about to fry her, Ben drops from the ceiling like Spider-Man, disconnects his flamethrower, and kicks him in the face. As Fireball's freaking out about his equipment, Ben ignites the flare and tosses it at him. And he blows up, and he dies.
Bunch of slap-jawed faggots around here.
But this one old lady is probably thrilled because when Killian asked her who would get the next kill, she said Ben would, even when he told her not to. They then call in this retired stalker, Captain Freedom.
Payback time.
Who gets dressed in his costume, then storms into the producer's office saying he's not going to do it.
Bullshit.
Well, yeah, they're going to believe that when he already changed.
You look ridiculous.
Well, his problem isn't hunting prisoners, it's the crap that Damien's pulling with the fake game. He wants Captain Freedom to strangle a stunt double, and they're going to CGI it to look like he killed Ben. But Captain Freedom just really wants to kill him, so his problem's really about integrity.
This is a sport of death and honor. Code of the gladiators.
But Ben and Amber are roaming around in the fourth area looking for the resistance uplink, but end up trapped.
It's a trap.
A door opens, and the resistance guy that didn't want to remove Ben's collar takes him to their base. They can see the show, where it looks like Captain Freedom snaps Amber's neck and impales Ben on some spikes.
It's all bullshit.
How do they do that if they're showing it live?
Well, they just have to CGI their faces since they actually kill the stunt doubles.
How did we get this shift?
But the Resistance is planning on storming the network building, so they can't block the signal once they link to it. And Ben volunteers to lead it so he can kill Killian.
It's time I start keeping my promises.
Wait, if they're already going to be taking over the station anyway, why would they need to steal the signal? Wouldn't just broadcasting from the station be enough?
Shut up, the Resistance has been planning to tell people what's happening. But Amber's like, fuck that. Play this video of the government massacring civilians. They'll love that. And pulls out the unedited video of the Bakersfield massacre that she was caught grabbing, but still let her keep.
Well, that was nice of them.
Yeah, I thought so.
As Amber, Ben, and some Resistance fighters take over the station, they air their video, with prompts to see the massacre, where this unedited version has multiple camera angles spliced together.
I don't think it means what you think it means.
While Amber's guarding the hall, she shoots a guard, but then is attacked by Dynamo, who doesn't seem injured at all. Then she kicks him in the nuts, but when she tries to crawl away, he grabs her. And since she had the nerve to call him dickless, he decides to prove her that he has one.
Don't rape me.
But he may have some issues with that after getting shot in the beanbags. She manages to grab her gun, but as they fight over it, they shoot a sprinkler, and his electricity suit gets soaked, short circuits, and he dies.
I was totally shocked.
No, you weren't.
Ben and some fighters go to the studio where Killian films in and tells the people to run as the guards shoot at him. Ben goes after Killian and sends him down to the chute to enter the game. But this pod that's designed to send people down to the game zone without injuring them ramps into a billboard, blows up, and he dies.
So he will kill someone who's unarmed.
Well, he didn't know it would blow up. He just figured that the people down there would murder him, so he gets a pass. So since Ben saved her, Amber's willing to forget about the kidnapping and death threats, and they're gonna go off and have some consensual, you just got out of prison sex.
We should have taken a trip to Hawaii.
I had the shirt for it, but you fucked it up.
If you'd like to be a contestant on The Running Man, send a self-addressed stamped envelope to ICS Talent Hunt, care of your local affiliate, and then go out and do something really despicable. I'm Phil Hilton. Good night and take care.
I'll be back